The way of Jesus is to transform our lives, and it's not only the people who are not yet knowing Jesus who need to be transformed, but we ourselves need to be continuously transformed in our walk with Jesus.
We've learned over the years that changing someone's location adds to understanding and perspective that doesn't happen otherwise. And so EMM has a long history of sending missionaries to many different countries.
Their missional models have been very successful, but have been flexible over time. And I think early on, they concentrated on the rural parts of our globe.
By 2008, half the world was living in an urban area, and EMM itself is increasingly working in urban areas.
For many years, EMM was involved locally in different types of ministries, but the vast majority of its work has been overseas over the last 100 years. And as you move into other contexts and other cultures, you think about how you bring the love of Christ into that context, and so where you are really matters. And so now we have an opportunity to do that in a new, fresh way right here in Lancaster City.
This property is a very desirable property, both the location and where development is happening here in the city. And the owner, I understand, really felt strongly and compelled that EMM was to be here. So strongly, in fact, that reduced the price by half so that it made it accessible and affordable for us to obtain this building.
So we're owners of the Stroopie company, which is based in Lancaster City. What we do is hire refugees. Sometimes it's the first time they get employment in the U.S.
When we heard that Eastern Mennonite Missions had bought this property, we were excited just to think about what their engagement in the city would look like. The city is a central place. The nations of the world literally are all around us. We all of a sudden started realizing that all these resettled refugee families were moving right into our neighborhood, and it was like such a almost surprise, like it was something unexpected that we hadn't really thought about when we moved to our neighborhood.
We're really eager to turn the first floor into what we're calling a hospitality center. We will be knocking out quite a few of the walls and creating a cafe, commercial kitchen, and a large and small meeting space. We're very interested in cross-cultural training and cross-cultural relationships and making people feel welcome and at home no matter sort of where they're from or who they are.
I was really encouraged that they would take time to ask people that have lived here and have been a part of the fabric of this community. I felt like that was really honoring to the city, that they would take that time to hear from those of us that have lived here.
Our offices in Salunga were kind of dispersed, but this will enable us all to be on the same floor.
Being a city resident, I love to see old buildings being renovated and used again. And I also think it's a great idea for EMM to have all its offices in one location.
Your involvement is limited by your imagination.
We need lots and lots of different people engaging in many different ways. We're going to invite many different people who have skills and trades and the laborers. There'll be an opportunity to do multi-year pledges, up to 5 years, cash gifts. There's an opportunity to do estate planning and larger bequest gifts. Last but not least, people's time and people's prayer.
This is a way of walking the path that Jesus would walk.